Happy Monday, happy May. Here we are. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, hey, cool. My name's Clark. Glad to have you. We've had some people subscribe, hit it. That's been pretty awesome. So, hey, welcome to the family or the team or whatever you call this. But it's May, new 4 weeks in front of us. So today I want to talk about just what does the end of May look like? And this is, I hate, sometimes when I do this, I'm like, oh yeah, this is where we're going to sail the ship. And then you realize you totally fucking missed the ship at the end. But how do you hold yourself accountable if you don't do it? You know, you see this back here. This is the big ass calendar by Jesse Itzler. Love that thing. This is the first year that I've done it. It really is, it is just a mind bending like exercise. Look, it's not hard. I've been using a calendar forever. I live and die by my calendar. It's sort of the digital assistant for me in all things that we do. But there was something about this where every month is a line and you just get to see the whole picture. And you go, well, fuck, there's gaps over here and there's gaps over here. And I'm not saying fill every day with something, but when you look at it and you see it at the macro and you go, I have opportunity to do things in these places, or, hey, I want to schedule this thing. How does it slide into all the other things going on? It's just sort of lost in our digital twin. That doesn't even make sense. Our digital calendar. But so I like it. And here we are, Monday. I know May's, been around for 4 days already, but this is like the first full week. And, I started to look out and I was over on the whiteboard doing a little planning. It's going, hey, in 30 days, where do we end up in May? Like, what does it look like? And, you take kind of the big thing and you break it down a little bit and you go, okay, well, how much of this time do I need to get there? And how do these things stack on one another? And things are sort of in a few different buckets. One, customers, right? Continue to engage with folks or potential folks and just learn their business and understand. I had a fantastic conversation with FinServe Enterprise last week where we really crawled into sort of their day-to-day and how they work. And it's clear, I can't play in the enterprise without big resources. I'm not really necessarily interested in doing that. I did that for decades. It's just not where we can play. There's a reason they're an enterprise. There's a whole process around it. Could I, in the future, maybe, do I want to? No, not really. It's just too much. They got a lot going on and a lot that I can't really service. But when I look at the small and medium business, I go, well, there's a lot of disruption that can happen to the enterprise because they can be more nimble and quick and make different decisions. And while that's always been true, you just have to wonder, will the advance of AI push that conversation faster because it's sort of in their mind, their resourcing and whatnot? The thing that I've learned is AI has sort of forced the conversation to come over here and look at business hygiene and go, are you performing at the rate that you could? Is there an opportunity to grow? Are you wasteful in your resources? It's not necessarily the answer, but it damn sure is the conversation starter, which is the exciting part because as an engineer, as somebody who's been building software for 25 years, you know that the magic exists in the tools that you use, in the apps that you've built, the integrations that you make possible, the automations that are there, and just how you really hone in. The whole point of software is to enable humans. And yet we've sort of lost that magic sauce as to why have this? I've built countless apps where you get the version out and you sort of tweak it, but then it never goes any further. The people miss the fact that now you can tune that thing to really work for you. And I don't mean tune in a performance perspective. I mean oh, look, you work a different way. Well, let's bend stuff around so that you don't have to do that because you made this huge investment in the software that you're using or that you built for you. So AI is pushing this conversation. I think it's fantastic. It's the conversation where we want to be. And it's just open these doors to see where it's at. And every time I talk to somebody, something new comes up. I got a whole in the FinServe conversation, a whole category of investment folks who do fit in this small, medium, in introductions into that place and places where we could really make impact. Is FinServe where I want to go? Sort of right now, just kind of anything. All to say, May, got an engagement kicking off next week. Super just pumped about that. But at the same token, how do we get, signed people, invoices, sort of moving so that there's some more engagement in that place. Secondly, getting our house in order. Lots of things have been going around. It's sort of like your desk where it's a mess and you just need to get it cleaned up. Carrie's going to start transitioning more in and taking more of an active role in the things that we've got going on, which means I need to get the house in order for her so that we can communicate effectively well, that we know where things are going to go in this new landscape that we're building. The same order is building the assets for our company such that we can operate into, but really such that we can show and demonstrate how we do it, and we're going to use it as a teaching tool. So how does our funnels work? How do we do all the things as a team of two, which we've done with that conference for many years, but now, we have this fantastic time where we can apply hindsight and go, I didn't really like how this worked. I wish this was a little bit easier. Does this work for a bookkeeper? Does this work for the CPAs? Whatever. All of those things, we're going to start putting that in place, start documenting, showing it, recording it, so that you can see, not only are we telling whomever, hey, this is how we think that you should run this business, but also we can point to our own thing and go, well, this is how we've been doing it. Now, Clark, but your business doesn't work for everybody. Yeah, totally. It's just an instance of something that you can point to spawn conversation, to go in other directions, and do that. And then, of course, we've got, if you kind of dovetail off to that, we're recording these videos, getting the site up, getting the offering out there, creating an assessment so that we can sort of start that conversation with somebody who maybe doesn't know who we are. And that'll feed the YouTube channel, the new channel, and just, it'll just give us a base, a framework to start to build on. All to say, 1 month, one lane over there. We're in month 5, right? Yeah, month 5. Summer's upon us. High school sort of finishing. They got the soccer stuff finishing strong. We've got a kid coming home from college. Lots of other things happening. Trying to get over that hump in the health. Trying to get on that second half. I'm almost halfway to the skinnier version of Clark. Lots going on. You zoom out, right? You look at this calendar back here and you go, where in the 30 days are we going to get this done? How are we going to do it? How the fuck are we going to grind through this and make it happen? And just so much to do, but it's exciting. It feels good. I'm telling you, it feels like where I'm supposed to be, which, amen. Isn't that the point? Yeah. Happy Monday. Cinco de Mayo.